Hey there, Blue Rockers. How are you? Connie Willis here. I just want to say today is a big anniversary. It is my 3-year anniversary on Coast to Coast AM. Pretty cool, huh? 3 years. 3 years ago today, make that known and toast it. You know, even if it's just me toasting it, I hope that some of you Blue Rockers out there will toast along with me. I don't have a toast, but I'll toast at one point today. I'll make sure there's no flies in it. But I do want to say thank you guys for being a part of it, because without you guys there backing me up, some of you have probably come over from Coast to join me here on Blue Rock Talk. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate your support on Coast to Coast. I hope I have another 3 years and so on, and I hope I continue to be a part of the team. It's a really, really cool team. It's a unique team. It's a rare team to be on, and I'm glad that everything that I've worked for along the way has allowed me to be a part of such a wonderful group of people and have such incredible audience of listeners out there. You know, I've done a lot of television and a lot of radio, and you know, talk radio doesn't compare to music radio to me. I really like the conversation, and as you can tell, because I have Blue Rock Talk, I like, you know, I'm putting together what I enjoy doing. But in terms of the professional part and working with other people and what's already established out there, even doing television, you know, I've always liked things live. So having a live television background, and like, you know, radio's always live for the most part, at least all that I've done. My best work and my most favorite work is live. But to be able to take that and put it together with my passion, which is trying to figure out what the truth is, and you know, find the answers, put the pieces of the puzzle together, to be on a show that's what it's about. You know, pioneering and exploring and learning and trying to figure out what the truth is just really an awesome thing. And to be able to do it and sustain it for 3 years is, you know, shows their faith in me as well. So I appreciate that too. What a great group of people. You know, I get to go into a radio station and I don't even have to work the board. You know, I got a guy in LA that does the board for me, and somebody else out in LA that answers the phones. And, you know, usually you do your own board. And sometimes, you know, you still want that access because you're kind of used to it. It's kind of ingrained in as a talent. When you're in radio, you kind of write, produce, direct, you do it all. But, you know, this setup's different, and I'm good with it. It's fine, it's fun, it's great. You go in, you do it, and you leave, and it's over, right? And you know, then you go and you answer all the emails that people write, and for the most part, they're fantastic. You always have that bully in there, right? I mean, hopefully the world will end of all that one day. But I've just been so lucky and blessed, and I just wanted to say thanks. I've had a great time throughout it. Again, my first guest was Dr. David N. Jacobs, who I really love his work. He's an incredible writer, but he's also an incredible person as a friend. He is such a funny guy, very intelligent. The way he thinks, I enjoy listening to him no matter what he's talking about, because he's such this great person to listen to. He's so animated, and he gets to the point in a really neat perspective. And well, you guys know him. So anyway, I got to interview him, and then I got to interview one of my dear friends, Bishop James Long. So I did that on my first shows, and that was really, really pretty cool. I liked that. That was great. Of course, still keep up with all these guys, and I've gotten to interview so many other people along the way, and I've been allowed to just have fun and do it my way, and thank goodness my way is cool with their way. You know, I think it helps to have a background of, you know, broadcast journalism for so many years, and broadcast television and radio. It really helps to, you know, know what to do, what not to do, how to do it, you know, kind of thing, and what the boundaries are and things like that. So that's always important. You want somebody on your team that you don't have to babysit all the time to say you're not supposed to do this or that, you know. So I do appreciate that they've been so lenient with me and cool with me, and been able to do Where's Willis's and things like that with George, and it's just been a lot of fun. I mean, that's really fun too. It's fun to hear George Norrie say, "Where's Willis?" And then I get to come on and go, well, I'm like 300 feet down in this tunnel, you know, and we're hearing noises and we shouldn't hear noises. So I'm looking forward to more of those. I'm looking forward to being on the air. I'm not sure when I'm on next, but I just wanted to, you know, take this date and celebrate it, because you should always celebrate the good. Everybody seems to in this world now, you know, make such a big deal on all the negatives. I mean, that's it. It's all the negatives. And the negatives really, in the big scheme of things, are so much smaller than all the good. And if we focused on the good, life would be so much better. But I mean, people just bombard you with that negative stuff, and that's all they hold on to. And you know what? They don't live very much when you live in the negative, and that's all you deal with is the negative. So, you know, I want to, if I can pass on anything to anybody today, it's not just to say thank you for supporting me for 3 years and supporting me here on Blue Rock too, but supporting me on Coast to Coast for 3 years. But that is to focus on the positive, and let that be what grows bigger and bigger, because it'll stamp out the negative, you know, it'll stamp it out. So that's what you got to do. It's what you got to do. So anyway, you know, what I do is I kind of go in and I do my shows where somebody else gets to run the board, right? And everybody puts it together. I just bring my headphones and I bring my notes. And what I do is I have notes on this laminated index cards. And that way I can kind of rub them off. You know, I do it with the marker that you can erase off. And then you know, it's all cleared off for the next week. It's, you know, kind of my same cards that I go off of. It lets me know that this is when I do a break, and this is when I not do a break. I'm not on all the time, so not being on all the time, you know, it's just a little reminder so I don't mess it up, right? So I'll tell you a funny joke along the way. One of those jokes is with these laminated cards. What I'll do is, you know, I usually erase it once I'm done, and because it's 4 hours of a show, I got quite a few cards of, you know, this is where a break is, this is where we go in a break, out of a break, what's going to happen, you know, that kind of thing. And so once that is over, I'm one of those people that likes to make a calendar and check off my list kind of thing. And I'm that person. And this is kind of what I do after I've marked off. When I break's over, I'll mark it off, and what I do to mark it off is I erase it with the eraser. Okay, so sometimes you might actually hear me erasing it because the mic picks up everything in that room. I mean, a bug is walking by and you can hear it going click, 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 right? I mean, it's a pretty good mic. But sometimes you'll hear me erase it. I remember somebody, you know, speaking of bullies, this person was kind of attempting to bully me, and I don't remember what their bullying was about, but I remember them saying something about how they hear me filing my nails during the show. They were trying to be really sarcastic and mean, but it wasn't. I'm not filing my nails while I'm doing the show. I'm erasing my card of the ink with the eraser, and I found that to be very funny. You know, besides the hurt of a bully, I found that pretty funny that that's what, you know, that's what they thought I was doing. It's kind of funny, you know, bullies and negativity is usually based off of something that's blown way out of proportion. So that one totally was. So one of my cards at the very end is at the very last thing that I do, and that is, you know, something just like pretty much everybody else does. I'm not sure, but that is you thank people, right? And so I know George Norrie thanks everybody. I think I probably thank a little bit more than he does, because I'm just so thankful for all the people. Again, it's great to be a part of the team. So I just want to thank them again. I just want to thank the people that I that first helped me at WPHT in Philly, and then just recently at KVX, or KEX, I think it was KEV or KEX, I think it's KEX, 1190 out of Portland, Oregon. And I just want to thank these other people that are always a part of the team. And it's in no particular order, but these are the people that put all this together. It's a very short list, it's not going to be boring, but the top two of actually Premier Syndicate is Julie Talbot and Bill May. And Julie's president, and Bill May's one of the VPs, and unbelievable people. I think there's a second VP. Sorry, Bill. I think isn't there another Bill? But anyway, they're two great people, and they used to be in Kentucky, and they're Kentucky fans. Go Big Blue as well. And just to see that came full circle when I very first got started, and Bill May had emailed me to say, hey, give me a call tomorrow. We want to put you on Coast. He wrote at the bottom, Go Big Blue, and I was like, who is this? You know, who am I talking to? And he said, you know, Connie, I was PD across the street from you in the same city. You say across the street with you at the radio station. I know who you are, and that was really cool. He was a PD at the time when I was here in Kentucky doing music radio years ago when I very first started out, and it was just very touching, and just the introduction alone was very heartfelt and home-like. And throughout all my radio and television years, 20 years or so, I don't think I was welcomed as much and as kindly as the people of Coast. So that's Julie Talbot and Bill May. Hope that wind's not killing this. But also, in no particular order, Greg Bishop, Kirk Wesley here of 840 WHAS, Tim Banal, Lex Lone Hood, Stephanie Smith, Chris Burrows, Dan Galanti, Donna Walker, Tommy Danheiser, y'all all know Tommy very well, I'm sure, Sean Dillasur, Nathan Staten, my board op. He's also out of Kentucky, and he is, you know, he's my board op, and he's got my back there, you know. And there's some other people too that live here in Kentucky. It's amazing. It really is. Donna Walker gets the phone calls for me. And George Knapp, I've actually met George once before, and we've talked throughout. You know, he's a big part of it as well. Everybody knows George Knapp. On air wise, you know, we don't really we kind of know of each other kind of thing. I've kind of spoken to Jimmy Church just by on Facebook kind of thing. Schrader and I have actually communicated along the way. Don't know Lisa, I don't know Richard. They're all great people though. They're bringing it to you. But the people I work the tightest with, besides Bill May, would be Lisa Lyon and of course George Norrie. And you know, just they've been great. Lisa has been with the company since day one. Since day one of Coast to Coast, she's been there, you know. And she knows it all. She's the historian, I'm telling you, and she's the one that did so much. And you can learn anything and everything from her, and I appreciate so much what she does. She makes sure I'm on the air. She makes sure I got all my people. She makes sure it's all put together. And I appreciate that if something falls apart, you can go to her and she'll like paste it, put it back in there together, cement it, make it happen. And just, you know, time like that. Everybody's so helpful, and if there's ever some sort of issue, it's not anything that she hasn't dealt with along the way more than 25,000 times. Think about it. Coast to Coast has been on for a long time, and it's 7 days a week. 7 days a week, right? So, of course, the big bad daddy of them all, George Norrie. I mean, how fun is it to be allowed into the Coast to Coast studio, where a lot of people, they don't, you know, people in his status, they don't want you in their studio. But I'm in LA, I'm kind of stuck. I get in a situation where I need some help. Coast to Coast is there, come on over, stay in the studios for the day, hang out, and then I get to go into the studio and do my Blue Rock Talk show. You know, I mean, George allowed that, right? People don't do that. There's believe me, there's big time radio talk show hosts that would not allow that at all. And George is like, yeah, go for it. And then, of course, he forgot I was in there, and he walks in, and I was like, no. And then he does a nice little cameo for me. You can see it here on one of the videos here, Blue Rock Talk. But, I mean, that's so cool. And the fact that he wants to do fun things, he's very much involved. He's an entrepreneur himself, but, you know, I love doing the Where's Willis with him. It's very fun when not only setting it up, but, you know, you're about to go on. You never know how much time you're going to have. Is it going to be, you know, is he going to talk to you for a while about it? Is he just going to let you say what you're going to say and then it goes off? You never know how it's going to go. And it's always a surprise, and it's always, of course, perfect, but it's always really neat right before he brings me on to the Where Willis, to where he goes, where's Willis? Just something about the ring of that coming from him it just makes me smile, and it's just funny. So I appreciate him and what he's done for Coast to Coast, as well as Lisa and the entire team. You know, the look of it, the sound of it, everything about it. But I got to tell you, that team has made it as big as it is, as iconic as it is. I mean, over 600 affiliates across the planet, plus, you know, global itself with the internet. Folks, that's amazing. That's just not something done. And overnight, too. And people may say, well, it's because it is overnight. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They have the daytime ratings. It's wonderful to be a part of such a really good team. So 3 years, a big toast to everybody at Coast to Coast, and a big toast to you guys that stay with me here on Blue Rock Talk, because you guys are the ones that, you know, it wouldn't matter, this entire team putting it together, it wouldn't matter if you guys didn't listen, wouldn't matter if you didn't tune in, it wouldn't matter if you didn't, you know, even become Coast Insiders. You know, it wouldn't do anything without you guys. And I appreciate that some of you guys are here on Blue Rock Talk. I'm hoping to build it, of course, even bigger. But none of this, even Blue Rock Talk, wouldn't happen with you guys, you know, without you guys. So just, you know, thanks. I feel like I got an Academy Award. I'm the only one out here. Little Penny's right there next to me on the other side of this little gate that you guys can't see. She's supporting me. And she would probably eat the fly that was in the toast of the drink. And those of you that don't know that joke, you can watch one of the videos on here. It says something about I licked a fly. It probably sounds worse than it is, but I don't know. I think it is even worse than it sounds, because I was the culprit or the victim of it. But the amount of people that listen to the show is amazing. It's just everything about it. So, but again, none of it could have happened without you guys. And these type of topics are universal. They're worldwide, and they happen to any human, whatever sex, gender, you know, all the other things everybody, you know, stands up for. It doesn't matter who you are, who you want to date, what color you are, you know, what your perspective is politically. It doesn't matter. There's still ghosts, there's still ET, there's still Bigfoot, and there's still strange things that happen that we can't explain. And it doesn't matter who you are, you can be haunted and you can be abducted. But all of us, we all thank you. I know we all thank you for being there, because we certainly cannot have any of these shows, even as small as Blue Rock Talk is right now, but as big as Coast to Coast is. We can't do it without you all, because the size of it is due to you guys. So I'm going to see if there's any comments at all. Let's see here. And I hope there's something on there. Oh, there is. Yay! Hey, Slee Stack. Have a toast, Rich. You got it. And don't forget the fans. Exactly right, right? Rich, I got them. I did, right? Yay. You're one of the greats, Connie. right up there with Art Bell. Thank you very much. And of course, he was, you know, the voice on there at the very beginning, and still on there when they're somewhere in time. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate that. And thank you for the, liking the voice. And Planet Sasquatch, yo, congrats, thanks. It only goes back so far, so I don't know if there's any more or not on there. It's really weird how they do this live thing. You can't see yourself. You can't, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't get to see my posts or your all's posts. So anyway, so I just want to say thanks. So 3 years on Coast to Coast. If you guys also appreciate it, please write Coast to Coast and tell them you appreciate me too. I think they may already, you know, feel that they got that from people, but hey, give them some more. Why not? It's not going to hurt, you know, because they like good mail. They get enough negative mail. It's so funny how the negative people have the biggest freaking loud mouths, right? Sorry, but I'm not a fan of bullies at all, at all. We all hear them, but some of us hear it more, and it's only because the bigger and the better that you are, the more people want to take you down. And you know, that's very similar to some of the things that we search as well, right? When we're searching for the truth of creatures or things we don't, you know, other beings that we don't know, sometimes, you know, there's something out there that doesn't want us to know that truth, and it tries to pull us away. Even if, you know, I don't care if you're religious or not religious, one of the better ways to really put this into an analogy is a way that makes very much sense to me. It's more like even with God, the more that you get closer to God, your creator, your maker, your the universe, whatever you want to call, it seems like to me the closer you get and the more truth you get, the more something tries to pull you down. So whatever analogy that you need, there is I really believe there is a good versus evil, and the closer you get to the best of the best, to the most good, the most highest of love, there is something doing everything it possibly can, evil, to keep you away from that. Why they're so strong, I don't know. Why they get away with it, I don't know. Why they can make change the way they do, and I don't know. Why we're not stronger to it, I don't know. But we got to do our best to be stronger at it and to keep reaching for the good of the good and stay away from the negative. Stop, you know. Do your best, do your part, and you know, the cream will rise to the top, right? But don't give up on that. Let's see here. A few more people said things, and then I'll let y'all go, and I might do something here on Facebook, because as much as I tell people on Facebook, please come over here, I still can't get them over here, so I hope that you guys can help me with that, because this is, you know, the primary platform that I have here, and I need it to grow. Thank you, Shadowrun Network. I appreciate that. I know. Oh, thank you for letting me be one of your favorites. Robin, Gerald Salente, isn't he the best? I will try to have him on again. Everything he says goes over my head. He's really something. And could you do a fan get-together for us? Holy cow! How can I do that? How can I do a fan get-together? A fan get-together. Where are we going to meet? And who's going to pay for all the flights and the food and the stuff? When I hit that jackpot, I can do that. And maybe in between, maybe one of you guys can do that. That sounds good to me. We did a Blue Rocker Bash where like different experts came in, and you know, so you know, in the future, if I can get this thing bigger and make that millions that I know we can on this, I will definitely repay you guys as viewers and subscribers. Absolutely. That's what you do, right? That's what you do. So that's a great idea. I'd love to do that. Let's get to that point. And I think someone asked about another Crypto Connie. I'm working on that now. I didn't really want that to be a piece of this, so I'm going to toast it, and then I'll do a Crypto Connie for you real quick to give you an update, because I didn't want that to be a part of my 3-year anniversary on Coast to Coast. Yes, yo, 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 Blue Rockers. I appreciate you guys being a part of it as well. Thank you so much. I'll do a Crypto Connie next, and I'll also let you all know when I'm going to be on Coast once again. Say, you know, thanks. So if anybody can copy down the comments for me, thank you. I don't know if Ralph's there or not. or whoever else can help me. But a party would be great. I would love that. So 3 years, big toast. Sometime today when you take a swig of something, do the 3 years for Connie, and I appreciate that so much. So Coast people, thank you as well, if any of you get to see this, and I hope you do. All right, bye everybody. More coming up in a second, like you asked for.